Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Blue Table Talk. I'm your host, Deborah Jones. And tonight, y'all, we have a great person on tonight. We have Miss Lauren Caleb. But before we get to her, let's do the housekeeping. And then we're going to come back to Lauren. Okay, you guys know that, I always talk about COVID, and it is still out there. Guess what? It has come back again. We thought we was all ready for the America and just doing ourselves. Well, it's still on the rise. So it came back, and we just need to take care of ourselves still. We need to uh, wash our hands, that keep our distance, and just do what we need to do. But otherwise, other than that, I'm sure monkeypox is out there. There was a student here in Beaumont that had it. So y'all, let's take care of ourselves. Still wash your hands with monkeypox and any other pox you have. It's not like the chicken pox or anything like that. So it's a little bit worse because as you see it on a person, you're like, wow, what is that? But we need to take care of ourselves and keep our distance and do what CDC says us for us to do. So tonight, guys, we have on Miss Lauren Caleb. Hey, Lauren. How you
Yay! Hello.
Yeah, I've been knowing Lauren for a long time. We just talking about that for a long time.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, Lauren, give us. I know a lot of people might not know who you are, so I'm gonna introduce you to you and introduce you to them and present to others. Lauren, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Lauren Caleb, and I am from Beaumont, Texas, born and raised. I am currently a high school educator at Beaumont United High School as a professional communication teacher. I'm also a former high school dance coach for the Clifton J. Ozan Dazzling Dolls, and then I became the coach and choreographer for the Golden Girls when they merged to create BU. From there, I've been a finalist for the Houston Texans cheerleaders, and I just finished my rookie season as a Houston Rockets Clutch City dancer.
You're very interesting.
Just a little bit.
Very, very interesting. Okay, Kato. So as far as that, what else do you do for a living?
Well, I also, during the pandemic, I took an extreme interest in nutrition and health. I've always had a really big interest with both of those combined. So I decided to go ahead and get certified as a personal trainer. And I was like, oh, but you can work out so much, but 80% of it is really like diet and nutrition. So I went ahead and got my certification in nutrition. And that's what kind of sparked how can I combine my interest in music and dance with fitness and nutrition. So that's what kind of birthed fitness and finesse, something that I've been speaking about since 2014. So, by God's grace and by writing the vision down and making it plain, it just kind of all bridged together. And that's currently what I am focused on.
How long have you been dancing?
Well, you know me. My mom did not want me to dance at all growing up, but it was something that I was always interested in. I've always wanted to. So I remember she put me in dance for a little bit when I was about 5 and 6. So I did like ballet and jazz and everything. And then we ended up leaving from, at the time, Assumption, and we ended up moving to Regina House. So it just kind of went to the background, but I was still dance, around. And I think I started to take a really invested interest when I was in the 10th, 11th grade at Westbrook. And Westbrook had a lady come in and she became our step team coach. And so with stepping, and of course I was step team captain for 2 years at Westbrook, and also for Zeno's, like a youth organization out here. I did that, and then I moved into college. I was a semi-professional basketball dancer for the Southeast Texas Mavericks first for about 2 years, and from there it just kind of shot off, like as far as my professional career in dancing.
So what does your work as a choreographer entails?
Well, just recently I was asked to choreograph for the Sensations, Texas Southern University sensational dance team.
Mm-hmm.
So my job with that is to come in. I like to really take a look at the team, see what their style is, and from there I just create. From there, like that's my inspiration in order to see what I need to create for that particular team. So I've choreographed for West Orange Stark High School. I've been their season choreographer for the last like 4 years. So I go in
Mm-hmm.
every summer and I do like the whole fitness boot camp and I choreograph all their routines. And also for Texas Southern University, I just did one of their hip hop intensives with Coach Gretchen Jean. So yeah,
Okay, so you dance all the time?
yes,
So,
yes,
sound like me, girl. I dance all the time.
yes.
Sometimes I have to tell myself to sit down.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's me. So if I'm not dancing, I'm working out. I was already looking at the time, like, okay, cool. If we get out, at a decent time, I can go to the gym. So yes, yes.
That'll work. So what is a typical work week or day like being a choreographer?
Okay, so my regular day job is a high school teacher, but when it's choreography season, um, it takes a little while. Like if I know I have to do a week full of choreography, let's say I have a week full of 5 field shows that I have to teach. And those field shows can range between about a minute 30, which that entails of about maybe 16 to 25 eight counts. So it can get pretty intense, but a normal schedule for that, I will go to wherever I need to go. I would start them off with a workout, boot camp style. We'll do a little running, get the heart rate going. We'll do some strength training. And then we'll just go in, we'll stretch, like we'll really, really stretch out our muscles. And then I'll just break down the choreography in sections, put it all together. And that's pretty much it.
Right, right. Well, you just didn't wake up one morning and say, I'm gonna dance. So what started you to just dance, dance, dance?
I was rebellious. I was rebellious. My mom told me, like, no, I don't want you doing that. Like, Lauren, you're a Christian. You can't be doing all that moving and stuff. And I was like, God gave it to me. And then it really was just like, no, this is what I'm
Mhm.
going to do. I love it. And I remember telling her back when I was younger, like, I think I got in trouble at Regina Hall for dancing on the playground. And she was livid, but I was like, why? Like, this is what I love. So yeah, I was just, I loved it. And I
Mhm.
wasn't going to let anybody, not even my parents, tell me
Right.
what I wasn't going to do when it come down to dancing.
We come down there. I remember way back when you guys were at Regina Howell and I had the Black History program.
Mhm.
I was looking for some dancers, and I think I went over there and asked you. I asked Sean, and a lot of you guys, all y'all was telling me, no, no, no. So I said, it's easy, y'all come on dance with me. But and now you're a dancer, Sean a dancer.
Yeah. I just needed to get that out, like, so yeah.
Well, you got it out, and
Yeah,
you doing you.
yes, indeed.
What do you like? What are your likes or and dislikes about what you do?
Well, the likes is that it's therapeutic for me.
Right.
It constantly challenges me. So I always used to tell my dancers, like, you're only as good as your last performance. Like nobody cares. Like after your first one, like, okay, now you got to keep on elevating.
Right.
So that's what I do like. I like the challenge. I like to
Mhm.
train. I do attend I Rule Dance Studio. So, I was like the oldest one in ballet class, but it's like you never ever stop being a student of what you love. You are always I never try to get so like, oh, I know everything, because I don't.
Mhm.
And dance is one of those things where it's always constantly changing. It's always new styles. And, the genres don't really change, but the style does.
Yes.
So that's what I love the most about, dancing.
Hmm.
The dislikes, it's the stereotypes that comes down to a lot of what's acceptable in the dance community. That's what I do not like. I just wish that the regular, the general public would just understand that like dancers are creators, and it takes a lot to indulge in that type of life and just really go after your craft. So I guess what I would dislike about it would be I just wish that there was more acceptance of dancers and creators and, influencers of the craft.
Right. I tell people all the time that dance is nothing but exercise.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's good exercise because I mean your whole body is
Yes,
working. You know,
yes,
so
yes.
people people just don't like to exercise. Put it out there like
That's very true.
that.
Mhm.
And if you dance, if they like to dance, they don't know they're exercising.
That's a full body workout.
Full body
Yeah,
workout.
yeah. And on Mondays is when I normally attend dance at I Rule. I take jazz and hip hop, and that's probably the days throughout the week because I'm very competitive with myself. So I'm like, okay, how can I beat this particular day? And that's the day that I burn the most calories. And I wake up the next day feeling so refreshed because I did something throughout the day that I love, and I ended it with something that I love, and I did it all while staying in shape. So.
Right. So, what is the most challenging and rewarding thing about being a choreographer?
The most challenging thing I would say is I'm this person where if I think about how I want something to look and I can see it in my head, but that can be something. It's like, okay, I can see it. How do I get it out? Like, how do
Mm-hmm.
I get this idea out? And so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it comes out and it looks like magic. And other times, if I'm being honest, it looks crazy.
Right.
So that's, like then I have to go back to the drawing board. So yeah, that's something that's challenging because I have so many ideas and I want to do so many things and how do I get what's in my head out and how do I make it look good?
Right.
So that's one of the challenges.
Right. Let me talk to my viewers for a minute, please. Okay, guys, we're talking to Lauren Caleb right now, and so I need you to hit your share button because sharing is caring, and let them know that Lauren Caleb is on the video on the podcast tonight. Lauren is former NBA dancer, girl, y'all. We're gonna talk about that pretty soon. So
Yeah.
dancing. She's been dancing for a long, long time, and she's over at BU. I'm getting ready to say the other school I was in. She's over at BU, and she is the instructor for the dance team, right?
No, I used to be. I retired
Yes.
from yeah, I was the former, yeah. No, they have a great new coach, but I retired from coaching high school dance in 2021.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. She's still the coach.
No.
I just playing. She not.
I was to say, I love Miss Granny. That's the new coach. I love her.
So we have someone asking a question right now.
Uh-huh.
She says, Cheryl Chambers, she says, are there ballet dancing classes for older adults?
Yes, we actually have one next Tuesday. So not this one isn't ballet classes, but I will say that our rule offers ballet classes. It doesn't matter from 2 years old, baby ballet, on up into whatever. So our rule does offer ballet classes and jazz and hip hop and everything. But actually, I'm offering a majorette hip hop dance class that will be every Tuesday at our Rule Dance Studio from 8 to 9. And it's $15 cash, but that's the newest dance class that I will be offering. And our rule is graciously allowing me to use their facility to hold those classes. But
So is this just only for the month of September?
yes, for right now, she Miss Charlie just, I asked her to give me the opportunity. So the month of September, we just kind of want to see how it all goes. But yes, as of right now, it is just the month of September every Tuesday from 8 to 9. Mhm.
I know you do a lot of dancing, and uh, actually, you are a newlywed. I mean,
Yes,
you recently got married.
yes,
You
yes,
jumping your time.
yes. Just got married June 10th.
Right. So
Mhm.
how you juggle your time with dancing and being a wife?
It's easy. It's easy because he supports. That's one reason why he was the best choice because he allows me to divulge in my dancing and my fitness. And he allows me to rip and run, and he's just very supportive. So it's really like we have such a great bond. Like that's not only my husband, that's my best friend. And so he's always pushing me and elevating me, like go after it. Cause I love this before I even met him. So that's one thing
Right.
that I think keeps us balanced is that we still have a life outside of just one another. So then we do get together. Everything is great. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So where did you receive your training as a dancer?
I was self-taught for majority of it. I was self-taught. I did do a little something at Assumption when I was 5 and 6 years old.
Mhm.
And then I took a break from there. But as far as my training goes, Vanessa Holmes with the news station, she trained me when I became a Southeast Texas Mavericks dancer. Miss Charlie and Mr. AJ, Xavier Richmond, and Mr. AJ at our rule. I take jazz and hip hop from them. So I got a lot of my technical training from our rule, but that's only been within the last 5 years or so.
Right, right.
So that's what really catapulted me. And of course, I've had other training with Danny Eck in Houston, Kim Parrish in Houston, and that's just a little bit to name. But I started pretty late. I started maybe when I was like about 21.
Mhm.
21, 22 is when I really started to chase that dream that I've always had.
Right, right. Were you scared when you first started or what?
I went in very blind. I went in thinking like, oh, I can dance. I'm good. I got this. And I didn't, because even though I could dance, I did not have that technical background. And
Right.
that's what was hindering me for so long. Like a lot
Mhm.
of people don't know that I auditioned for the Houston Texans 7 years. Um, over a span of 7 years, and I was a finalist in 2019 and 2021. 2019 is when I saw what my possible future coach would have seen. I was just lacking the technical aspects of it. And that's where, my other coaches, Miss Charlie, and like I said, Xavier Richmond, Mr. AJ, and Kim and Danny, like they all just kind of helped build me up. But
Mhm.
that's kind of I started very late. I did not start early like a lot of young ladies do. It's just that I just started a little bit later. So
Right, right. And was that because that you didn't dance earlier in life or what?
well, earlier in life, I was taking piano lessons, so my focus was a lot different. My focus was really music
Mhm.
growing up. So I was in choir. I played the piano, so that was a lot of in the early days of me just kind of branching out. And then when I got in high school and we started the whole step team thing, that's what really made me fall in love with performing in front of an audience and stuff.
Right. So tell
Mhm.
us, tell us about your most recent performance and what did you learn from it? What would you do differently?
My most recent performance, are you talking about my performance or like my last choreography type deal?
Choreography. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we get to
My,
that in a
my,
few
yeah,
minutes.
my last big choreography thing was with Texas Southern.
Mhm.
And that was always something where I always knew I wanted to teach at a collegiate level. I
Mhm.
just didn't know if I was good enough for it. So going into it, first of all, even being considered to break into that field, that's an accomplishment in itself. And being that I wasn't as technically trained as other people,
Right.
I just thought it was a blessing that I was even offered the opportunity. And so going into it, I was nervous, but I was so excited because it's like this is what I've been waiting for. And
Right.
that was amazing. They have an amazing coach. One of my dancers actually, I prepped her for auditions for her, and she ended up making the dance team. So that was like a nice moment to see a girl that I, coached in high school,
Mhm.
and now she's dancing at a collegiate level. And that's really what my main goal was. It's like to see those girls flourish and to embody that gift and share that gift and not just being unapologetically bold in their crafts. So that was a great experience just to teach those girls from so many different backgrounds, and they all have one common love, and that's to dance and to perform. So that was great.
That was great. Now we know I know you're a choreographer, so
Mhm.
you went into by doing all that, you went into the NBA. So you
Yes.
were an NBA dancer. What enticed you to be an NBA dancer? What team did you dance for?
I danced for the Houston Rockets.
Okay.
So I just finished. I just completed my rookie season. So that was an amazing experience. What enticed me is that I first auditioned for them in 2017. I was watching a video and I was like, wow, like those girls are amazing. I can't do that, but they're amazing. And then after a while, I was like, no, no, I know me.
I
So
was
yeah, I know me. And I haven't always been just this confident woman. I haven't been with the Rockets and being like you begin to get some mental toughness about you. You know, like you can say it all day long, but to believe it, like that's where I believe that I just gained a lot more self-assurance from. But I've always wanted to dance for the Rockets.
Mhm.
They're very high energy. It's fast paced. They're engaging. They're entertaining. I've always wanted to dance for them. And just at one point, I thought I couldn't do it. And then I went to my first audition and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, this is harder than what I thought it was because it's tough. Auditions are very, very quick. And then in 2019, I think I made it to the very last round and I got cut. And then
Mhm.
in 2021, I auditioned for Texans. I was a finalist, did not make it. And then 2 weeks later was Rockets auditions. And I was like, well, that's always been really what I wanted to do. Let me just step out on faith. And God had it for me. So that's
I
what
like
it
your
is.
strive, girl. I like your strive. You know, you went out and did what you needed to do. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it was simply that hard to get into either one of these.
yes, it is extremely hard because you're not just competing with your average type of dance. You are competing with girls that has been dancing since they've been 3 years old, 6 years old, and continuously dance. Like, and that's not me. I started very late, so the things
Right,
basic for someone else was kind of like a learning curve for me. And so that's when it's definitely not easy. You have to stay in shape. Like
right,
what is average will not work. Like you have to be the best of the best. You have to consistently train even when you're in season. You have to consistently progress. Like you cannot get comfortable at all. So to get into that type of arena, that's also why it took me so long.
mhm,
And I'm not afraid to say that. Like I'm not ashamed of it at all because
right, right,
that's perseverance, that's drive, that's destiny. That's something that God told me I could do. And
right.
it may have taken me a little longer, but I got it done. So
Mhm.
yeah.
In case you guys don't know, Lauren is a Beaumonter.
Yes,
Headed
yes, yes,
to the NBA.
yes, 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 for
So
sure.
did you perform at all the games or what?
Yeah, we perform at every home game and
Hmm.
preseason. So altogether, that totaled out to be about 41 home games. And we also have to do appearances. So weekends were tied up as well. We practice 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And so game days might fall on that. But yeah, it's a very rigorous schedule in addition to my regular high school teacher schedule.
Hmm. So did you have to move to Houston or did
I
you?
commuted every day.
Yeah.
And thankfully, like my husband, he would bring me on some practice days. Like he would bring me on workout days because we have to work out as a team and you still have to work out on your own.
Hmm.
But my husband would bring me sometimes. My mom and dad would bring me, and then I'll sleep on the way back. So it was a family season. Very much so.
I know that's right. So what was your favorite performance as a dancer?
My favorite performance was we had this choreographer come in from California.
Hmm.
He's from Houston, but he travels. He's this amazing choreographer. And I remember he came in and he taught us this routine because normally our coach and assistant coach creates all of our routines and some of
Right,
the bets.
right.
But he came in and as a rookie, it was 10 rookies altogether and 4 veterans. And I remember he came in and he taught this dance, and I was just being my regular self. And he saw something in me, and that was like my first time. It was probably about the beginning of the season, and he was like, "Man, you look great at this dance. Like, let's put you in the center." And I was like, "What?" I'm really like, "Okay, great. Don't tell me twice. I've been waiting on this moment." And that was one of my favorite. It was just a moment where I felt validated, like I
Mhm.
felt seen. And to have someone who doesn't know me, who's never met me, and just to see like that talent, it made me feel really good about myself and just my
Right,
journey.
right.
Um, so that was one of my most favorite, that's one of my most memorable moments.
So even now, how many hours or days per week do you spend dancing?
Um, I mainly spend it working out right now, but right now, being that I'm not in season with the Rockets, I spend maybe about 8 hours a week.
Right.
About 8 hours.
So are you going back to the Rockets or what?
No, I'm not going back. Our schedules with BISD is very different than when I first started the team. So now that we're on an 8 class period
Mhm,
schedule, I would have to take off from work way too much.
mhm.
So unfortunately, no, my day job, this is my part-time job, and my part-time job does not pay my full-time bills.
Okay.
So we got to do what's best.
Right, right.
Yes.
Let's say that dancer got injured and you had to take their spot in the performance. Explain your process for preparing for the show.
Preparing for performance with the NBA.
Yeah.
Okay, so I still would go to school. So I would wake up at 5:30. I would go ahead and put on my court practice attire along with our warm up underneath, because it was almost school appropriate and stuff. So it wasn't
Right,
anything tight or form fit. It's just like a loose jacket and loose
right.
pants. And so I would go to school. I would teach until 11:30. And
Mhm,
then I would leave, go home, get my bag, walk my dog, and I would be on the road by, let's say, 1 o'clock. And
mhm.
court practice begins at 3. So I would possibly get to Toyota Center at 2:30. I will review the choreography. We'll have court practice, sound check, run on, all of that. We have maybe about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get dressed, eat, do whatever it is that we need to do. And we were backstage by 6:45. We'll have our pregame, outline, like, hey, we're going to be dancing at the quarter break right here. This is what we're going to do right here. We have a ball toss right here, like all these different things throughout the game. We'll pray as a team. We'll give some encouraging words, and then it's game time. We'll go backstage. The game will be about from 7 to about 9:30, 10, and I won't get home until 12 a.m. I'll be in bed by like 1, and then I wake up and go to work for 5:30 again.
Right, right. Wow, that's a schedule. That
Yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
every day, right?
No, every day. Pretty much every time it was practice day. So I would still work my full shift. So I would still get up at 5:30 to be to
Right.
school at 6:45ish. And then I'll leave from school. I only have 45 minutes to get dressed and be on the road by 4:15 to beat that traffic. Because practice with them starts at 6, but if you're on time, you're late. So you need to be there by 6 o'clock to
Right.
review like 3 or 4 dances for practice. Practice is 2 hours from 6:30 to 8:30, and I would be back home by 10 o'clock
Hmm.
on practice days. So that was about 3, maybe 4 days out the week.
What about during the time of games and stuff like that? What time do you get home?
About 1 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
So I know you were tired.
yeah, I would take, we had at the time the longer class periods. So, but we only had prep periods every other day
Right,
last year.
right,
So I would just pray that I had a moment where I can just put my head down and rest, do something. But even if I could just take a 20-minute nap in the parking lot at the stadium, I would just have to do that sometimes because
right,
I was just exhausted. But
right, right, right. Now, not only is she a choreographer. She's also a nutritionist.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
as a nutritionist, what credentials do you hold?
Well, I am. It's a certified nutritionist. So basically, it's just I create meal plans based off the client's interests and their likes, and their specific eating patterns and things like that, and just create a meal plan if that's what they desire.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Look, here's a question right here. Is it a question or statement? Statement. He says, "Great conversation for the young, serious dancers. They
Yeah.
should listen."
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mark, there are older people who like to dance as
And
well.
that's why I wanted to do this clinic, because it's like we have so much talent in Beaumont. And
Mm,
it's like we want the same, because when you go out to Houston, they have dance classes all day long, like all week long. And we have the same stuff. Like we have just as much talent as anywhere
mhm.
else. And we have the facilities to do these type of things. So I'm just grateful that I can take what I've learned throughout the years, and of course what I learned from Rockets and everything, and just bring that back to Beaumont, because there's so much talent here. Like, they used to get tired of me because I'm like, honey, I'm from the fall 9. I don't know about that. Like, like, I don't know about none of that because I'm from Beaumont. So
Okay.
there's that.
But say it loud, boo. You gotta
Yeah,
say it loud.
like, yeah, I'm very proud. Very
Yeah,
proud. Very
yeah, awesome. So, what aspects of nutrition do you feel as the most important to address when consulting with your clients?
I'm going to use my dad as an example because he does not listen to me at all. Um, Water. We don't drink enough water.
Don't.
We don't drink.
For real. Or
Yeah.
if we drink the water, we want to put the little thing.
Yeah. And I'm not opposed to all of that, but we don't drink enough water. We're not conscientious about what we put in our bodies. It's I always say, like, on the front is for, like, if you're looking at a snack, the front is for entertainment, the back is for education. And when you really start to break that down, you're like, wow, I am putting so much unhealthy stuff in my body, and I'm wondering, why can't I lose the weight? Why am I fatigued? Why do I have digestive issues?
Why do I
Um,
have diabetes?
yeah, like, and even high blood pressure. A lot of
High
people,
blood pressure.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know, even just, looking at me, but I dealt with I was on high blood pressure medicine for about eight years. And the pandemic is what jumped. I watched this documentary on Netflix, and that's what jump started me to really take an active interest in my high blood pressure, because I just refused. I was like, nope, I am not going to allow something like this to overtake me. So
Right.
yeah, I think the main thing is just water and knowing what we're putting in our bodies. You know,
I,
huh?
Yeah, I know there was a episode on Netflix, and I cannot think of it. It was talking about our bodies, and I
Yeah.
can't, because someone had me to look at it, and I
Uh-huh.
can't remember what it was. Because they're talking about your diabetes, all your elements, all your
Yeah.
diseases, and not to do this, and not to. But I cannot think of what it
The
was. You
documentary
know.
I watched was What the Health. I
Hmm.
watched that in 2019, and that's when I decided to give up meat on March 17th, 2019. Because I just knew
Are
that
you a
I'm pescatarian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I only eat like seafood, and eventually I feel like I am going to go more towards like a veggie style lifestyle, because I don't want to call it a diet. A diet to me is like you're only doing it for temporary reasons, but your nutrition should be a lifestyle. Like, you should, to me, in my opinion, I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but
Right.
it should be a lifestyle. Like, you should care about what you're putting in your body, and what the media has, portrayed these things to be super healthy. Like, research what you put in your body. And I can proudly say that when I started really thinking about that, increasing my water intake, and being very conscientious of certain things that I put in my body, I've been off of my blood pressure medicine probably for about a year and a half now, about 2 years now. So that was always something that I just didn't want to, be held to.
So
So
you said, I actually, were you a vegan? You said you're Presbyterian. What
I don't eat seafood, basically. So I just eat seafood and other things, like other regular stuff, but I just don't
you eat
I
the
just don't
meat?
eat, like, yeah, no pork, no
No,
chicken,
no
no.
red meat. No.
Yeah, none of that. Yeah,
Mhm.
none of that.
Yeah, that well the doctor say in a minute don't eat red meat anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We don't listen, so we gonna want that red meat. So
Still, yeah, still. And I mean, I was just talking to one of my students today. I was like, man, I can't believe I gave up chicken right before that Popeye's chicken sandwich because that thing had people in a chokehold, and I still haven't experienced it. Can't experience it now, but I was like, how did that? Like, tell me how it tastes. Explain to me. I need a visual. But yeah.
so it doesn't bring you to it, or you get weak and say, okay, I'm just this one time.
No, because it's just I see all the benefits that it's been for me. Like I don't when I make up my meal plans for people, I don't make it based on what I like. Of course I'm going to tell you to drink more water, but as far as what they like no, I don't pressure it to anyone else. It's just what works for me. It doesn't work for everybody else.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, as long as everything is done in moderation. So
Moderation, as always. Captain
yeah,
Bengay says, I was told all seafood is not good for you.
and it's not. It's not at all. And I don't eat it like every single day. Like I mean, sometimes I may do the tofu. I may do that sometimes, but every day I'm just not always eating seafood because, of course, like we know the whole mercury issue with it.
Right.
But absolutely, all seafood is not good for you. I mainly stay towards salmon and shrimp.
Mhm.
May do scallops sometimes, but that's very rare. But I mainly just stay, or crawfish. I just stay right there within that little realm.
So if we were to come to you and ask for meal plan,
Mhm.
could you give us a meal plan? We
Yeah.
what would we have to be in your program or what?
Yeah. Well, with my meal plans, it's I do like an hour-long consultation.
Hmm.
And that's also bundled in with a couple of workout sessions. So
Hmm.
one of my principals, Dr. Lori Threes, she
Hmm.
came to me and she was like, Lauren, I already putting in all these steps. I just need help with the nutrition aspect and making time for workouts. So we had our consultation, and based off of our consultation and things that she likes, I didn't want to just put her on something that she can't stand. I had her entire grocery list. I came up with a biweekly plan for her, came up with her entire grocery list, how much it costs, how many calories, what's the macros in it, what she needs, what's her daily caloric intake, what you should be eating during this, throughout the day, how many macros you need, because everybody's body is different.
Right.
So some people may not need all of this protein. Some people need a bit more healthier carbs or healthy fats. Like everybody is different. So I don't just have a one size fit all type of meal plan for
Right.
people. I really take my time to determine where's the issues. So I've done that with um, my older audience. I've done it with some of my dancers that want to train and get prepared for college.
Mhm.
So they're a little bit more. I have to be a bit more stricter with the younger
Right.
people
Right.
because
Because they go do whatever.
they eat anything. So I'm like, child, we can't be having you eat Popeyes and Chick-fil-A, and like one small fried Chick-fil-A is 240 calories.
Right. Right.
And it's a small. So it's like, yeah, just kind of putting that into perspective and then creating a plan from that.
Right. Here's an person says, I'm in California. Do you do online consultation?
I can. I haven't done it before, but hey, I got a little bit of time now, but most definitely.
Right.
Most
Right.
definitely.
Right. Okay, Carmen, you heard that, right? So she does do online
Yes.
consultations. So get with her.
Yeah.
Let me give you guys this is a number you can reach her by 409-799-4406. And her email address is LA Wilkes. Oh, I spelled your name wrong. It's WILTZ. I'm sorry, Laura.
That's okay. I need to change that email anyway. I'm married now. Change that email.
No,
I
you
look at
changed
it.
it.
Yes, I gotta change that email, honey.
You gonna say, girl, you ain't a Wilkes no more? I mean,
I'm not a
you'll
anymore.
always be a Wilkes, okay? But you gotta add that other name to it
Yeah.
at yahoo.com. It's a WILTZ,
Yes,
okay?
yes, yes.
Okay, so let's see. how do you evaluate their needs when you're doing a meal plan? Or do you just say by looking at what they buy or what?
No, I ask them to take me on a regular day. Take me on a regular day of what you eat.
Hmm.
And when I calculate everything that they eat, more than likely they're in a caloric surplus. So they're overeating. And even though they're like, oh, I only eat this throughout the day. Yeah, but that's also 500 calories. And like if you want to lose weight in any facet, you have to be in a caloric deficit. So you
Right,
have to be expending more calories than what you're intaking. So it's very critical that you are mindful of what you put in so that it holds some substance in your body. Um,
right.
so I make them take me on a regular day. And I never forget one of my dancers, she was training to go to TSU.
Hmm.
And I was like, take me on a regular day. She was like, well, for breakfast, I go to Chick-fil-A and I get this, and this. And then I'm writing it all down. And I'm like, that's 800 calories before 9 o'clock. But I didn't tell her so she was like, yeah, for lunch, I may go back to Chick-fil-A, give me some nuggets. And then for dinner, I may get a pizza. I get a liter Pepsi. I get the breadsticks. And at the end of it, I think she was totaling almost about 4,000, 5,000 something calories a day.
A
And
day.
then I was like, okay, well, let's scale back. I'm not telling you that, of course, all the soda that gotta go, but she did a dramatic 360 in just 2 weeks. By just cutting out, not cutting out everything. That's the thing. Like if you go to Chick-fil-A, you like nuggets, get the grilled nuggets. If you want you were used to a large fry, get the small fry. Like let's cut it down gradually, because that's what I feel why most people just they're so opposed to a nutrition plan, because it's almost like they're cutting out everything that they love. And that's not, you have to you do have to sacrifice some things, but not everything. Like let's come to a happy medium to where you are in a nice caloric deficit and you are giving yourself a little bit of grace, so
Right, right.
mhm.
Wow. So okay, so let's talk about your upcoming event, your dance clinic that's
Yes.
coming up. Tell us all about it. Tell us
Ooh.
you can be a part of it, everything. Talk to us.
Oh man. Okay. So I have to bring this up
And this
because
your baby right here.
this is my baby. This is my baby. I remember talking to one of my students who ended up being like my dance team unofficial manager, assistant. His name is Wilton Allen. He is amazing. And even as a 10th grader, I would bounce ideas off of him. He was just so supportive, and I was so supportive of him. And he loved dance. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, yeah, like, let's go. So I remember I went to Subway one day and I was driving there on my lunch break. And I was like, you know what? One day I'm going to come up with something where I can incorporate dance and fitness. And then I was like, huh. So I'm thinking as I'm driving, and Fitness and Finesse was born in 2014. I spoke this up a long time ago.
Mhm.
And every year I'll be like, okay, I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to do something with it, and never did. So then I would have prep clinics when I was the dance director for Ozan and for BU. And I would call it like the move and groove, because that's really what it was. Like you're moving, you're grooving, you're having a good time. It's great. And it started to take off. And then I would host these battles and I would train my girls, with their fitness. Like it was just something where it was always around me. I just needed to put a name on it and really just focus on it.
Mhm.
So now to actually be doing it right now, like it's nobody but the grace of God that has allowed me to even be right here in this moment coming up with this whole clinic, because it's crazy how we speak, like whatever it is we speak about, we bring about. I'm very,
Right,
very big on that.
right.
So it's power in the tongue. So, this would be my first one with Fitness and Finesse, but I've done other clinics before, but this is the first one. Like this is my baby. This is what I've been wanting to do for
Mhm.
years. And it's like God lined everything up perfectly. So
Right.
I'm just, of course I'm praying for a good turnout, because this is kind of in the building phases of it. Hopefully if it does well and it has great numbers, that this is something that they can add on the regular schedule. But for right now, Miss Charlie is just blessing me with because most people won't even allow you to use their space like that.
Mm.
So for her to allow that, like I'm very, very grateful for our rule and the whole our rule family for helping me with pursuing that part of my dream. But it's 13 to adults. Literally anyone can come, even if you're a younger baby, if she's 9, 10, she's sassy and stuff like how I was, like, bring your kid. That could be like a little mommy and me type stuff. I've already created the choreography today. So it's about intermediate level. It's not anything super crazy. It's just a really, really fun time. We'll have a nice warm up in the beginning. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I want to have enough time to teach.
Right.
There'll be a videographer there, so you get to like see yourself. It'll be lights, and it's just going to be a whole party. I call it Turned Up Tuesdays. Let's go.
And when does it start?
Next Tuesday.
What time?
Next Tuesday, 8 p.m.
Eight
Mm-hmm.
till
9 p.m.
Okay, so it's an hour course.
Yeah, just an hour class. So I'm gonna bring you through that warm up, stretch you out real quick, and we are gonna get to moving and grooving.
Okay, now.
Yes, yes.
And you said it's from 13 to through
How-
adulthood. And when you say adulthood, you got to specify.
Anybody, that's the specification. If you an adult and you can dance, come on. Even if you can't dance, come on. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time. I promise you. I promise you.
So, are you the only one, or are you and the other guy?
No. This is just me.
It's
Mhm.
you, it's your
Yeah.
baby. Okay,
Yeah.
like you said, this my baby. I'm
This,
good.
this, this is my baby. So
Is I room large enough to hold these?
yeah. See, I like how you think. I like how you think. Is it large enough? That's putting it in. That's putting it all out there. I'm not getting enough people. I hope so.
So we gotta get these people out there so that
Yes.
you guys, Lauren, I was talking earlier because a lot of people don't realize that dancing is a part of exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to get yourself moving and grooving. And God knows, Lauren, I like to dance.
Oh yeah.
So you got your girl there.
Oh yes. Bring your friends. Bring everybody.
All you guys that know me and want to be with me, come on. Rolly, Vernon, y'all come on. We're going to go over Cynthia. Cynthia lives in Baytown. First, you can drive down.
Oh, yeah. No.
Somewhere like that. Springs. So you still
Oh
drive.
yeah, that's a little bit of distance. That's okay. I may have, if it does well, I want to have like a Saturday class or something. I don't know. But for right now, I did just finish with my Shape and Shred series 2, which was geared for the teachers.
Right.
At my school. So that was like the fitness part. And we did that for an entire month. We worked out 3 days a week. So each day, I would have a different workout for them each time. And then I would ask them, send me pictures of your meals and, just something for the teachers, because a lot of times we get so invested in other people's kids that we sometimes forget about ourselves because we're at the school all day. So it was like that one moment of time where you could just come release all that tension, come work out, do something good for yourself for the day. And so yeah, that was the fitness part. So now I'm going into the dancing part. So
I ain't gonna lie, Lauren. I eat out every day. So
you do?
Yeah, and I don't cook. It's just
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't have to be perfect, but at least if you striving 80%, even when you eat out, you know how to make the right choices. You know that.
I let that dessert pass me.
Yeah, Okay, so you have
get to the other table coming right back to me.
But my husband, he has his sweet tooth is ridiculous. I heard him in there singing about crumble cookies a little while ago. I don't know what he's on right now, but we ain't doing no crumble. But he has a sweet tooth. I'm not that person. I like spicy food. I'm a person who eat gumbo all year round.
Yeah, I can tell you. Yeah, I'll give you some gumbo.
Yes,
ma'am. So Lauren, one more thing before we go off the air. What advice would you give to an aspiring dancer that wants to become a choreographer?
Never stop being a student. Never, always be ready to learn and always be ready to take constructive critiques. And even sometimes your critiques will not be constructive, but you just always have to have that mind frame where you want to be better. And the only way that you become better is to really assess where you are, find out your own weaknesses, or you can have somebody else do it if you want. But you know your weaknesses, and just don't look at them like that. Like look at them as ways to improve. Like that's an area of improvement for you. The moment that I got out of my own head and just started literally walking in faith. Like, okay, yeah, it might be easy for this person because they had all the grooming, but that's an area of improvement for me. That gives me something to work on. So, that's why I feel like it's so important for a lot of young dancers to know that you won't know everything. Everything won't be easy. It's not supposed to be. Like, that's boring if everything is easy. But the best thing that I can say is just to never stop being a student. Train from anywhere. Train, be consistent, be persistent, and just you're gonna always do well in the end. So
Right. So I'm excited. I'm very excited because I've been waiting for September the 6th to get here so that I can be a part of your class. And
yes, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm excited. I think I'm more excited because it's like, yes, this is what I've been waiting on, and I just know that.
right. And God's gonna take care of you because He's gonna have that expanding, and everybody's gonna be, oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to Lawrence class.
Speak it up.
Whether,
Speak it up.
whether we can move or not, whether we can bend
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
I watched your
yeah.
video. I can't remember what you were doing. I watched your video. I thought, oh, heck no. I think I text you, said, girl, I ain't rolling on the floor.
No, you said you're not doing any flipping. I was like, well, me neither. I ain't doing no flipping either. I ain't doing that. We gonna keep that for the gymnast. You can do the pool, but no, we not doing no flipping.
What? I said, girl, I can't do all that flip. You been call 911. Deborah Jones just passed out.
No, no, not at all, not at all.
It's an exciting time. Like I said, I watched you when you were going to the NBA. You put out there, vote for me, but I must have voted for you.
That was for NFL. That was for NFL. The whole voting
thing.
Oh,
that was for NFL. Okay.
Yeah, the process for Rockets was totally different.
Okay.
Yeah. She didn't do any of that because it's, NFL and NBA, two totally different arenas. So, yeah.
Right. But whatever it is, I still voted for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot.
You have always been my girl. So
yes. Thank you.
So, whatever you do out there, I'm going to support you as much as I can. And if I'm able to do it, so I will be there.
You
like I said, I'm gonna bring my friend Kathy out. Y'all heard that? Y'all gotta come with me on Tuesday.
Yep.
Yes, y'all gotta come with me on Tuesday. I rule. Like 8:00. I do my podcast from 6:30, 7:30. So I have time to get out there.
Yeah.
I just might not have a parking space, but I have time to get out there.
They got some parking. They've expanded the parking. You'll be fine.
I park across the street. I park at Dairy Queen, walk down the street.
Oh, no. I don't know. We're gonna have to get some escorts. I'm gonna have to have my husband be an escort or something.
Go get Miss Jones. She over there.
Yeah, go ahead, go get her over there, please, sir.
Well, I am so happy you came on Blue Table Talk tonight and to tell everybody about your upcoming event with the dancing and all your choreography and everything that you do. And Kathy, we hear you. And so keep the good work up. Tell your mom and dad I said hello. And just do you.
Yes.
Girl, you're awesome. You are awesome.
And thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate this. Like, this is really good. Like, I'm amazed. So thank you so much. This was really fun.
You're so welcome. You are so welcome, sweetheart. So, and with my audience, thank you guys for joining me tonight. As always, you always support me, and I appreciate it. And we're doing great things here in Beaumont. Just like I said earlier, Lauren is a Beaumonter, and I like to bring our young people back on to let you guys know what our young people are doing. So, So support her in her events and her endeavors, and she will be out there Tuesday night, Aru, from 8 to 9. $15 to come in, to walk in, and let's dance, let's do our exercise. We have to exercise, especially when we get my age. I gotta exercise.
Yes.
So, need to support her, y'all. And the whole month of September, the Letitia expands it. And we're gonna make her expand it, right? Yeah.
Ooh, yes, let's expand it, Lord. Expand it,
Yeah,
now, Jesus.
baby. Well, we
Yes,
did. That's gonna be on.
yes, yes.
I'm gonna be able to do all that. And
Oh, you got you better get it together. I love that. I love that. Yes, ma'am.
Don't tell your mama I was doing it.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly because y'all the ones that influenced me at Regina Howell when I was up there dancing when I was supposed to. It was y'all.
I was trying to get you to dance. I was trying to get you to dance. You know
No, now we know. Now I can tell my mama she with me for no reason. With me for no reason. It was her.
It was her. Yeah, it was her. Okay, guys, we appreciate you guys for coming on tonight. God bless you. God keep you is my prayer. If I can help somebody that pass along the way, then I know that my living is not in vain. God bless you and keep this my prayer.
Thank you.
Smooches. Bye.